Hi, I'm Mark with LiveWell CPAP and Medical Supply, and today we're going to go over the Resmed Airsense 11 cleaning and maintenance on it. As you can see, it's the new platform out. It's one that I'm using right now. I really enjoy it. But first of all, your humidifier chamber is going to come out here. You just kind of push this, very similar to the Airsense 10. You push the white part and pull, it's going to come out. Here on the bottom or on the side, if you lift up, this is going to pop up here. Just fill your water up. It's going to fill up to the maximum line. I've had a lot of people ask me if this is the same. They feel like this is smaller than the Airsense 10. It is not. It's actually both 380 milliliters, so it's the same amount. It's just a little bit longer than the Airsense 10, and so it doesn't look quite as big. But I would, basically the manufacturer says empty this out every day and wash it and let it air dry every day. Usually what I'll tell my patients is a lot of times when people hear every day, they kind of roll their eyes. They're like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Typically what I will do for me personally is I'll fill it up every night and then I'll wash it out once a week with warm soapy water. You can also, if you're worried about microbes, anything, you want a little extra muscle in disinfecting this, you can do a 3 parts water, 1 part vinegar and let it soak in there for about a half hour and wash it out really well. And you do that once a week and you have a pretty clean water chamber. But again, manufacturers' recommendations are every day, wash it out and let it air dry every day. You'll just push in here. When you do push it in, make sure it goes all the way in. You'll know if it doesn't go all the way in. One thing that I found with the Airsense 11 is even sometimes when it goes all the way in, it doesn't mesh completely perfectly inside with the rubber gasket, the silicone gasket. And so you have to pull it out and then reseat it again. It'll just sound like it's leaking, and usually the machine will shut off and say, check for air leaks. Back in the back, you've got your filters. The filter door is right here. If you just pull down, it's gonna pop out, and then your filter comes out here. This is not, the manufacturer sends out this filter. I like the filter, it's not terrible, but I do like the hypoallergenic filters a little bit better for one specific reason, is they catch more stuff, they catch more dust, and dust can build up on the internal workings of your machine. And I've actually sent those back to Resmed. And for folks who haven't changed the filters out enough or have used the non-hypoallergenic filters, you get a buildup of dust on the internal workings of your machine, and your machine will start making kind of a wheezing sound. So I would, again, I like these, the hypoallergenic filters a little bit better than the ones that come from the manufacturer, but check these every 2 weeks. If it looks good and you're not seeing any darkening, then feel free to, whoops, and the door came off there. It's easy to put back on. But if you're seeing any graying on there, then change that filter out and it's just gonna snap back into place there. Also back in the back, your tubing. Now on the Airsense 10, you would squeeze this together, but you don't have to on the Airsense 11. You just kind of grab the side and wiggle it out. Manufacturer says to wash this out daily. But again, most people are going to think, you know, I don't have the time to do that daily. Usually what I do is I'll wash it out once a week. And that's usually what I tell my patients. You know, manufacturer says do it daily. If you do it once a week, it does stay pretty clean. Usually squeeze a dish soap in here. This I've found fits perfectly on a lot of sink faucets. Wiggle it on there, turn the faucet on, let the water pressure push the soap through it. Couple ways you can get it to dry. Hang it over there. If it doesn't dry completely, what I'll do is I'll plug it back in, and you can get this electrical connection wet. Just make sure air dries before you plug it in. But a lot of times I'll kind of hold my finger over part of the tube, turn the air pressure on and just let it blow. And a lot of times it's going to blow the water out. If you let it go completely, a lot of times the machine will shut off. But if you let it blow, it'll blow a lot of the water out, and it does a pretty good job on cleaning that up. There's also hurricane dryers you can get. We use them here in the office that you can hook up. Basically what it does is you hook up your tube to the end of it, it blows warm air through it and then dries that out. And we'll hook up a link to a hurricane dryer so you can kind of see what that looks like. We use them here in the office as we're disinfecting tubes. But wash that once a week for sure. If you're doing that, it's pretty good maintenance on it. And we know people are busy. Not everybody has the time to do all this maintenance for every day, all day. So especially cleaning and maintenance on it. I've never really seen anybody get sick from CPAP machines. I know it has happened, or from dirty CPAP machines, but it keeps your machine running longer. It keeps it working correctly. And a lot of times it keeps the funky smells out of it.